There's a couple of things emerging in the scientific community that really intrigue me, and I wanted to talk about those. 2 points: one about creation, and one about quantum physics proving the existence of God. So, from the creation side of things, there's groups that are young Earth creationists and old Earth creationists. The young Earth group believes literally the Earth is only 6,000 years old, and the old Earth creationists, which I ascribe to, we believe that the Earth is billions of years old. But I think we're not that different, and I think we have a solution here. And the solution is a thought about the rotation of the Earth that changed. And all scientists acknowledge that the rotation speed of the Earth is not the same, and it will change forever. It will gradually slow down over time, and it is because of the resistance of the tides and all that stuff. The moon is actually expanding its orbit, but there's studies coming out where scientists are saying that the Earth was originally not rotating as fast. It was almost at a crawl, and that a cataclysmic event hit the Earth. Some Mars-sized object hit the Earth and split off the debris that became the moon. And when that happened, the Earth's speed, rotational speed, sped up and became what we know it today. So, if we look at the historical story of creation from Genesis, it kind of makes sense that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, blah, 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 and, there was evening and there was morning on the first day, the second day, third day, etc. And during those times, there was little to no rotation of the earth, which would mean that the day that the Bible described was billions of years potentially. And then when, the object struck the earth and formed the moon, then he created the lesser light to govern the sky, to govern the night, etc. And so that's kind of intriguing to think that, I'm not going to touch on the whole evolution versus creation. I totally believe in creation. But it makes sense that there would be a time when time itself, as we know it, was slower. And I would say that probably lines up with Scripture. Let me know what you think. The second point I wanted to bring about was the quantum physics proof of God's existence. And I'm a huge fan of string theory. I'm not that in-depth with it to comprehend all the details, and I invite my resident, Facebook friends, scientists to discuss, but the whole basis of quantum theory is having a superposition of wave functions of quantum states that get collapsed into one state when observed. So when we observe something, and it's, the theory is based on us, on human observation for some reason, that when we observe something, it collapses into one state. So one of the ideas is, well, from the Big Bang on, from the Big Bang itself, who observed that to collapse it into a singular wave function? Not us. And the other idea is, well, if we are observers that are collapsing things into wave functions, then who's observing us to collapse our wave function into a particular state versus multitudes of states? And so then you start going back from, the observed function to us to blah, 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 and it's like a domino, a set of dominoes around a room that somebody sets up, and they all start knocking each other down. But even in that case, there had to be someone to tip that first domino. So, just a couple thoughts. If you are scientifically inclined, I would love to hear from you about what you think about this. So, rock and roll. God reigns.